Am I here? Yeah. Hello. Give me 1 second. What? So loud. Ah. That's better. Is that too quiet? Too loud for you guys? Okay, let me know. Just finding my references because I'm dumb and didn't do that. So, hello everyone. There we go. Okay, cool. I just got my second dose of vaccine. Yay! Anyways, today I am totally forgetting which screen I'm looking at. This one? I didn't do this as well as I thought. There you go. Sorry. I was all set up and then I forgot. I changed screens. I'm not playing a game today. I'm photoshopping. So, yeah. Today's part, I'm working on the Patreon poll winner for February. The theme, of course, was romance. So this is the winner. You reunite us. Yay! Yeah, if you guys become a Patreon at the $10 tier, you can vote on what I do too. Anyways, I got the pose kind of sketch out that I want, so it's just going to be a lot of like filling in. I don't know what I'll actually do on it today, per se. But I figure I'm only going to be on for an hour today, too. So, bear with me. The, reference. Let me know if there's any issues with the sound or anything. Okay. Alright, so I'm just gonna start with like sketchy stuff to kind of get what I want it to look like. So, hello. What is that square? Hello. Welcome. Let me know if there's any issues with the volume, okay? Actually, I've been working on Zoskia all the day. It's hugging? Oh, it's just a square. That's all I see. Square. Oh, that showed up. I generally do my sketches on traditional at first, but I don't know. This is another one of those. I just, for whatever reason, decided to do it this way. had some really weird sleeves. Feathers. Yeah. So, like, if you ever see, if you ever go back and even watch like my Inktober's where I was doing traditional, I tend to do like layers of sketches. Typically it's all done with pencil because I tend to do it all, and then I ink it, like ink it, and then I'll scan it in and re-ink it digitally. But in this case, yeah, I'm just oh, I guess I don't need to do there. Skipping the traditional part of it, so that's kind of like my base sketch for like when you're doing poses and stuff. You usually want to do some kind of sketching. All right, let's go get 9S. And then like so I'll do like the pose sketch, and then I'll go and do like the sketch to see, okay, what does all the detailing look like? So that's what this blue is the detailing. I'm sure you can tell it's very messy. Yeah. Yep. Lots of references to do that. It's actually very important to like look up references too. Like you don't want to like copy, but anyone who tells you not to use references is lying. All artists use references. Even if it's just like a catalog of shapes or something that they've gone over the time. But most of us like look at stuff online, or like I use a 3D poser a lot. I like it. It's a little hard sometimes to use, but it's really good to get like different angles done, especially I think I was talking about this to Ranafe on the Discord, especially because we were talking about references. Like Zos Kiosk especially has like some really weird angles because it's, you know, a manga, and when you have fighting scenes and stuff, you get more extreme angles. So you have to be able to like reference it. And so being able to like take the model and put it in, hey, this is the pose I'm drawing, and then be able to like flip it around and look at it from all different angles is super helpful for me. They also have like those Figma drawing things too. Yeah. Yeah, and like of course, like even Esmeralda says, like she uses references too. There's also like a lot of like nice resources specifically online for references as well. Which is great. And of course, occasionally I ask people to randomly pose in dumb poses and I take photos. It all just depends on if it's something I can actually get in person or if I can find, or if it's something that's a little more complex. Like that's another thing I really like about the 3D poser, because I have a lot of weird poses, so. You of course also don't want to like trace or anything. It's okay to do it while you're learning, but don't ever claim it as your own and specifically say, you know, I'm using this as a reference to trace or whatever. Because way back in the day, Kitten and I used to trace out of Disney coloring books. I mean, I'm talking. It was all you, I believe it. Hi, Firearm! We used to put on puppet shows with the stuff we'd trace out of those coloring books too. It was great. I don't remember all of it, but there's one particular story or whatever setting I remembered, and I still will always remember. We had a bell, like from, what is it, Beauty and the Beast? Yeah. And we had a snowman. I don't know where the snowman came from. It probably was not a Disney book, coloring book. Anyways, so yeah, there was this whole story, like this, because we put on like little plays with them and puppet show play things. So there's a whole story with the snowman. He was the villain, and he kidnapped Belle. And we had a song for it and everything. It was great. You're sleepy? Why are you sleepy by design? Is it Bep thing? I'm waiting to see how the vaccine totally affects me. You can lurk, it's fine. I appreciate your lurking. Oh, that sucks. Yes. You know, it's really funny because Kitten also told me she was taking a shower. Is there something you guys are hiding from me? Something I should know? Oh, are you moving or something of the like? Oh, how dare you I'm so sad I can't use Ring Fit right now. I want to so bad. New flooring. Oh, okay. I got a new medication today, so we'll see how it's like. All right. I think mostly what I wanted. Okay, so if we do that now and hide it, yay! I've sketch to work with. Okay, cool. Yeah, carpet is not great. Wait, the first time showering in 3 weeks or first time doing Ring Fit? I hope it's Ring Fit. Okay, now I'm gonna zoom in super far because I like to zoom in at 200%. Also gonna lower the opacity a bit. I'm gonna jump back again. Right? Yeah, it's been about a month since I've been able to do Ring Fit. I take that back. I actually did Ring Fit one of the days when I've had this chest pain, and I regretted it the next day. So that was about the time when I was like, okay, yeah, no, I need to go in and get this fixed. So that's when I actually went and saw the doctor and started getting it worked on. But yeah, like I said, with new medication today, we'll see how it works. I have to take it with food, so I haven't taken it yet. Oh, I just don't like carpet. Because we're obviously looking into buying a house. We went wood flooring. I mean, obviously you can change flooring, but yeah. Especially with animals. Although I will say having carpeting in the office has saved us a couple times. That nose looks horrible. Yeah, I think wood looks nicer too. I'm a big fan of bamboo wood flooring. It's very versatile. Yeah, I actually was surprised. I convinced my dad to get bamboo flooring when he redid the flooring in the main room at my parents' house. Because I was back when I was still living there, and I was like, I'm looking through flooring, and I was like, oh man, bamboo is really nice. And so I told him, I really like bamboo, it's nice. And I figured, of course, he'd like balk at the price, but that's actually what he ended up getting it. Because I think after doing like, you know, pros and cons thing or whatever, he was like, oh yeah, no, it's actually worth it. So if you can afford it, definitely recommend it. But yeah, it is definitely an investment. And I know most of us don't have money. I am also one of those people. Like so close to Twitch giving me my money from Twitch and like, please, please Twitch. I need it for credit card bills. Actually, I need it for my car, for my insurance and stuff. Oh my gosh, 2/3 of your house. So where are you staying at home then during this time? Oh yeah, see that's good. I was gonna say you probably don't want to be staying at home during that time, but I could be wrong. Do you remote in for work or are you actually going into the office? Also, what is con season? I kind of feel like that right now. Ooh, like your vaccine? I mean, the first dose wasn't too bad for me. And like, I mean, I'm high risk and I react really weird to everything. So I had the second dose today. I'm expecting to have most of my symptoms tomorrow. So far, I've got a little fatigue. My temperature spiked, but that's expected. Oh, I've actually heard only the second dose being harder, but I suppose everyone's different too. I also am keeping my inhaler somewhat nearby because I also heard, I was warned about that too. What's that one thing for sure? Why is it one of the most important shows of the year? Since, I run a game during your third on Thursdays. I turned up my light hard. I was like, why is this so hard? Ah, Japanese baseball. Already that time of the year, huh? Oh, yeah. Yeah, the poll for my karaoke stream went March 27th one, so that's when we're doing it this Saturday. I'm excited. Because we all know if it was up to me, I'd sing all the time. I am actually going to remove that for a second. I've been trying to find some new songs. Well, I say new, but they're all like old songs. I've been trying to find some songs that I either haven't done at karaoke in a long time or ever. Like ones that I know. So I'm making like a list and then we'll see. Last time didn't work out as well because I tried to pick like songs I didn't know as well, but this time I'm picking songs that even if they're older that I know better. I'm also honestly okay if they overlap with themes and stuff too. April's supposed to be a theme, but we'll see what's going on with that because obviously that's Wong's birthday month. So I'm going to kind of let him steer it. Oh, some of my themes he can't actually do very well, so. Just not a slight at him. I just pick themes that are very much me, my aesthetic. Are you just gonna rickroll everyone for like 4 hours? I've decided that's what you're doing. Woo! Yeah, I'm thinking we might end up with a second Gundam day for us too. Because we obviously barely cleared, you know, even the cusp of it with all the Gundam songs there can be done. Yeah, I try to be on when I can, but April 7th is the anniversary. Yeah, well, like I picked I'm horrible. I picked February to do Gundam because of the Valentine's Day massacre in Seed. Yeah, well, that's what I was thinking. If Wong does actually want to do it, and depending on when we decide on April, I did already mention, because I had Gundam was another one I don't mind doing again because there's so many, and then I also want to do 90s anime. So that was another one I thought he'd be able to do more easily than some of the other themes. Because like Slayers and stuff is not gonna be his stuff. He might be able to do some of the Calafina at least. Also debating about a Jam Project one too, but that's another one he can't do with me. IRM, why you gotta live so far? We could do Jam Project together. If we don't have any Akiba Soul stuff going on, I'll put you on in the background at least. Because a lot of times I turn it on and just listen to it, even if I can't talk. Oh, cool. Yeah, I'm not expecting any cons to happen this year. Aw, cool. I think one of the times I got Wong to do Protect You with me. He didn't know it very well, but he did it with me anyways and tried. That didn't do bad because it's a very repetitive rhythm. So, you know, once he picked it up, that's one of my favorites. One of the ones I wrote down for ones I could try, we already did the One Punch Man, but I was just thinking about that because I was like, I wrote down, I think I have a Jam Project song in there. It's not the One Punch Man, but I've done that one horribly before. I used to do, I don't know if I ever did it on online karaoke, if it was only a karaoke box, but I really like Soul Taker's opening. Oh yeah, that's why I was like, I'm thinking I might just go back and hit some of the songs that I used to do at karaoke box. Yeah, I really haven't done Jam Project a lot in a while either. A lot of them I used to do with Omi, so yeah, well obviously I'm more likely to do the ones that have more of the feminine singers. I'm also thinking I maybe possibly gosh, what is it? It's some of the Matsumoto Rika solo songs by Jam Project, like what is it? Destination. And the Chaos is good too. If I go Masami Okui route, which she's definitely my range. She's starting to look like a person. I think I've also, at least in the past, done almost every single one from Gravion, because Gravion is my favorite mecha series. So overlooked. I love it though. Oh, do I have a front shot of 2V? Ah, here we go. Gong. I actually do know Gong. I have my discography is a little old and outdated, so there's some in there I don't know as well from the newer ones, but like most of the older ones I'm fine with. Oh, I like there's one of the solo ones for the guys I really like. But I can't think of what it's called. It's probably one of the most played, or one of the high played ones on my Jam Project discography. Cause yeah, when they came to Otakon, I just pretty much threw the entire discography at that time. So that was what, like 2007? How long ago was it? Oh, Guy for Endo, of course. I love that song. I still remember going to karaoke box before I knew kanji that well. And Kitten and I decided to do that song together because we're like, hey, we both know this from Pada Pada. And we didn't know there was no furigana. And so, you know, we're up with no furigana. And I could read some of the kanji, but not enough. So whenever I didn't know the kanji, I just kept replacing it with the word kanji. And so after we finished the song, my little sister was like, wow, they said the word kanji in there a lot. And I was like, yeah, that's totally what happened. Not that I couldn't read half the words. I actually think the solo one I might really like might be Kitadani, but I could be wrong. Kageyama always has some great stuff, of course. And I will forever be in Fukuyama's debt because when I met them and I gave them cups that I made, it's thanks to him that I got a hug from Kitadani. So, because I gave it to him and I was gonna leave, because you know that's what you do. You give him stuff and then go to get the next autograph or whatever. And he like leaned across. He leaned across the table to give me a hug, and I was like, oh, that's so cool. And then Kitadani's like, okay, come here, and I was like, yes, let me hug you. He was the cute one. I almost cried when I met Okui Masami though, because she's such my idol. And though Rika wasn't there, I gave I gave Kageyama the mug to take back for her. Yeah, exactly. Well, it wasn't a super long time, but yeah. It was definitely like easier than it was now. Cuz I like a lot of my Otakon memory or my guest memories are from Otakon, despite like them now being it harder. Oh, I'd love to see Lisa. I still would die if they ever got Hayashibara Megumi to go to a con. Look, that shit, I'm stealing your guys' kidneys and going. I mean, a con in the US. Yeah, I know, I'm just freehanding this stuff, guys. I just like her as a singer. Obviously, I know very little about baseball. I know baseball animes, though. Like yaoi baseball. That isn't actually yaoi. It got pretty gay, though. There's so many people I would love to have the chance to meet, though. It'll be nice if we can ever get it okay to do that again. But yeah, so many cons nowadays because there's so much going on and things have changed so much. It's like you don't get to do it the same way that you used to. Like, dude, I remember when they had Hiroaki Hirata at Animazement. Like, he actually did like panels and stuff, and I ended up going into his cooking panel because you know Sanji. He in fact had the Sanji apron, and he was wearing the Strong World shirt, like the printed dress shirt. But yeah, so like we were doing that panel, and we just made candy sushi, and so he was like walking us through that. But I don't really like the candy sushi because it's a little too sweet for me at times. But there was another girl who didn't really want to make hers, and I made friends with her because she had me. She was going around getting different cosplayers, killing off her boyfriend who was wearing a red Star Trek shirt. So you know, red shirt. But yeah, so we ended up making friends in the line, and I was like, well, I don't really want to, you know, eat mine, and she didn't really want to make hers because she thought it was so cute. She wanted to take it back. So I was like, why don't we just make mine together and you eat it? So that's what we did. And like he was going around and like they had a translator running around, but he had already talked to me during an autograph session, so he remembered I knew Japanese, so he chased the translator away. But we were making a mess and like we put too much water in at one point, so we're like taking the eyedropper trying to get the water out. Oh man, I miss those days though. They were fun. Fun times. This is the other thing with digital. I can freehand this, and if I mess up, it's just really easy to fix it. If I was doing this like with a pencil, I could, but like with a pen, you couldn't. Not unless you wanted to white out all over the place. Keep shifting too much. Sorry, guys. I really wish they'd bring more mangaka to the US. I've only met a handful because they really haven't had too many come. I've met Tanamura twice. Arina Tanamura, like, I've seen her twice. I mean, she's nice and all, but I was like, she's not. It was cool to meet her, but she wasn't super high up on my list of ones I wanted to meet. Unfortunately, I did not actually understand cons. So the first ACE I ever went to, they had the Amagami-sama mangaka there, and I did not know. But one of the would have been in 2013, I think. A con I went to was a small Chicago con, Anime Sound and Vision. It was supposed to be like a bunch of culture stuff, but it only ended up lasting for that one con anyways. They had brought over the mangaka of Wedding Peach and Twin Single. And of course, I really wasn't into Wedding Peach and did not realize they were the same mangaka because I hadn't read the manga for Twin Single at that point yet. And then, so like somebody was like, "Oh, you should go get their autograph because nobody's in line and we feel bad." And I was like, "Well, I don't know this person." I'm like, "I guess I'll go." And like he was talking to us, he's like, "Yeah, you know, she did Wedding Peach and Twin Single." And like Kitten and I both just looked at each other and we are like, "Oh, Twin Single," and like we ran. And we were apparently the only ones the whole time who came and saw her ask something for Twin Single. I think somewhere we have a sketch of a Chibi single she did for us. And they did a what do you call it, like a re-release of one of the Twin Single manga, and it got picked up in the US too. And if you read in the back of it, it talks about these two girls she met at a con who asked for her to sign for Twin Single when everyone else was doing Wedding Peach. So that was pretty exciting. And I never actually got to meet the Princess Tutu mangaka, but there was a con that was looking for people to submit guest work, and I knew some people on staff, so I was like, I'll submit stuff, especially because that was my little sister's like favorite manga at the time. So we submitted. She cosplayed Ahiru, so we submitted a cosplay picture, and then I did some art. And then they're like, well, we want some letters too, so I wrote her a letter in Japanese, and we submitted that too. And apparently they never ended up with a cover page, so they used my letter as the cover page. I got a free t-shirt from it though, so at least I have that. I never got to meet her in person though. I was like, oh, she wasn't really high up on my list, but she was really nice. From the letter she sent back to mine, which I was so upset because I was like, I have no way to respond to you. I want to. Yeah, nowadays Twitter. I talked to my favorite mangaka is Anze Nobuyuki. Well, one of my favorites. He was the one who really got me into like drawing my style and stuff. So I follow him on Twitter pretty regularly, and I've actually talked to him and shared some stuff, and he's actually commented back. That makes me happy. Yes, Flame of Recca! Because Flame of Recca is one of my favorite series. And will always have a special place in my heart. The first time, ironically, the first time he ever commented, I commented on something and got a response back, he had a cold. And I told him in Japanese to, like, take care of himself and get well better. But I derped, and instead of using, like, polite form, I used, like, the form a mother would say to her kid. Or, like, to a young kid. Like, somebody would say like that. So his response was, yes, mom. And I was like, oh no. And even just like a couple years, it was like last year, because I had pre-ordered all the Flame of Recca, a bunch of the Flame of Recca shirts for the Flame of Recca shop that opened in Japan. I was so excited. They had it where I could pre-order it even though I was US. And when I got them, I of course tagged him, and I was like, yes! And he told me they suited me. That I got the Recca hoodie, because yeah, obviously you need the Recca hoodie. And then I got the Fuko just sweatshirt, because Fuko. It has like, it's so cool because it has like Fujin on the arm. And then I got the Mikagami shirt because he's my favorite. And then I couldn't resist. I had to get the Kaoru shirt too. Ooh, small little dude. Okay. Okay, let's not freehand that next time. Okay, I got it. Yeah. Actually, this one might be better off if I shrink it a bit. It's funny because most people, when they hear me say Anze or know me for Anze, probably think it's Mirror is what my favorite of his is, but it's not. It's definitely Flame of Recca. Actually, it's even more positive memories is when I was in Japan my first year for college, because I went over in the summers of 07 and 08. I was hanging out with, like, I'd go to school and stuff, and I had clear files because I love clear files. I use them all the time. So if you guys ever see clear files that would suit me, let me know. Feel free to get them to me as presents. I do use them. But yeah, so I had a Flame of Recca clear file and a Senkai Hoshin Engi clear file. So, series that were a little more obscure. And like when some of the students, like the actual students over there, because it was out of college, over there saw what I had, they were like, oh my god, people in America know these series. I was like, oh my god, yes, I love these series. So I made some friends because of them. So some positive vibes. Yeah, let's draw some of the shapes of the feathers first. That's also why I want to do a 90s anime karaoke night though, because that would include songs from like the anime from that too. Although one of the last times we did karaoke and had requests, that wasn't Gundam related, so or like the last time we had a random one, which March to March, it's the Saturdays is random too, so you guys can request whatever. But like yeah, I had somebody request the Yu Yu Hakusho opening, so that was fun. I actually hadn't really been super confident with the full version of it because I don't know the last time I had heard the full version and not the TV size or the Para Para version, which is just the TV size. So I was like, oh no. But I did fine. I was very happy. I managed to do it. My jams, man. I'm so old school. Like, guys, if you want to make requests, I have a much better chance of knowing stuff from like the 90s and early 2000s than a lot of newer stuff. Feathers. I actually got further on this than I expected it today. That's good. After I'm done with stream, I'm gonna go back to those kiosk pages though. In case you guys didn't notice, I took a week off. I just too stressed, and then my tablet died, so I had to buy this one. And it's on a payment plan, which you know I get the fun of trying to figure out. But I can't not have a tablet anymore. I need something to draw. So feel free to commission me or buy stuff from my Etsy store, become my Patreon, or even tip me or whatever, or give me bits. It's very helpful. Especially because I had a scare yesterday. I get a letter in the mail from my bank, and they're like, oh, you know, are you filing? Do you want to file for bankruptcy? And I was like, what the hell are they talking about? So apparently, I've been making my credit card payments for that card. I have multiple credit cards. Not that many that I have to pay left yet. I've been doing a really good job, despite not having income. But I have never missed a payment, like ever. And they were like, "Oh, well, you missed wow, not therefore." They told me that I missed February and March, and that like it was because it was weird because it's like you owe for April, and I was like, "What? What are they talking about?" Well, so yeah, I ended up calling in stress, panic, and dealing with that. But it turns out I had been paying through the app, like the phone app, instead of through the like I usually just do it through the website, but the phone app, I was like, oh, I'll do it. It's just easy, right? And it worked for January, so I didn't think of there being any issue. Yeah, apparently it didn't actually transfer it over. But I talked to them and they were very nice, and they, you know, they said it like they looked over and made sure it didn't have a discrepancy, one of those words, on my credit score. And they also said that they waived the late fees because they're like, okay, yeah, that's good. We got it. We understand. Discrepancy, thank you. Yeah, words are hard. I was also in such a panic while talking to them. I wanted to cry. I've had my identity stolen twice already, so I had to call them before, and every time I call them, that's what I think of. Like, oh no, panic. Yeah, well, apparently with the card, with like my bank and the card I have, you get like, I guess like once a year or something, or so. It's like something you get once every 6 months, maybe once a year. They'll waive a late fee anyways. And to be fair, if somebody calls you sounds like they're gonna cry, it's probably hard not to be like, let's see what we can do. But yeah, it's I calmed down after a while, but it was just like stress and panic I didn't need. But with that, in the meantime, I had to put more money on it than I had planned because I wasn't planning on paying it until April when it was due. Well, I mean, you might not. You sound like you're really sad and upset. I really was sad and upset though. So it wasn't like a fake thing. I don't do well with like like the best way to put it I guess is anyone who I feel is like an authority figure. Like it doesn't matter what kind of authority they're in. I have the same issue with cops. Even when they're great guys, I just get really nervous around authority figures. I'd like to point out that most of my time around cops have been when people have hit me. So I did nothing wrong. And yet I still just want to like cry. And they're always like, it's okay. Like I always think they think I'm way younger than I am too. But yeah, no, I'm always like about to jump out of my skin. They're probably like, oh my god, this poor girl. Like, yeah, guys, sorry. I'm terrified. You try crying next time and see what happens. But yeah, no. So even if I hadn't though, they actually do forgive. And since I've never missed a payment on that card ever, you know, it was like there was no reason not to believe or anything, and you know. But yeah, they were very quick and easy to work around it, so that made me happy. And Wong was in the background correcting how I said discrepancy, because I think I kept saying disparity. Just like, no, we want to buy a house. Make sure my credit isn't bad. Been working very hard to bring up my credit score. It's hard. Like, I was doing really good, and then once I lost my job, you know, obviously everything kind of hit the shitter, because it's like, what can you do? Tomato. I could just tell him if there's a tomato on my account, get it off. Please take this tomato off my account. It's very red and I don't like it. It's also a little mushy. I mean, I'm sure you've noticed sometimes I have trouble with English. And yes, I'm a native English speaker. I mean, RCD, you've literally heard me talk in game together, and I've messed stuff up that was like really random. I do that a lot. That's okay though. I think there's nothing wrong with that as long as the context gets around. I write fine. I just don't speak always fine. I think we all stumble on words in Dying Light, and I pick locks. I was talking about Dying Light earlier today with Kohaku. Kohaku had got her second dose of the vaccine today too, but she got it earlier in the day, and that's what happened last time at the same location as us. So while she was killing time, we're just like, yeah, just come over and hang out. We'll get lunch. You help me with some go get an Akiba soul package. Eh. Yeah, that one would actually be the thumb there. Yesterday I couldn't say the word abominable. Abominable. I can't say it again. God damn it. Yeah, where the vaccine site was is super close to where I live. And she lives a little further out, and then her boyfriend lives also not too very far from where I live, but he got off work later, so yeah, we just chilled. It was nice. Oaxaca's always a sweetie. Don't let her tell you otherwise because it's a lie. When I say lunch, we just got McDonald's and brought it home to eat. I got fries. Wow. Yeah, like when Kohaku was like, "What should we get for food?" She like looks at me and she's like, or I asked her what we should get for food, and she's like, "I'm always fine with fries." It's like speaking my language. Yeah, I gotta have fries. Fries every Friday. It's not actually Friday yet, so you guys should always eat fries on Friday. But it's called Friday, right? Every Friday. Okay. Let's see. Go ahead and zoom out. Zoom, zoom, zoom. So yeah, that's what I have so far. That's, like I said, the poll winner for February for the romance theme. That's what happens when I remove TV or the extra lines. Is TV and Nina. So you can vote on the polls yourself for each month on Patreon, but you have to be a $10 tier or higher. March's poll is closing somewhat soon because it's almost the end of March. March's theme was flowers, I believe. I already have April's theme decided. I'll tell you, it's Trap. I'm gonna have fun with that one. But yeah, I don't have all the options decided. I'm hoping in the future when I get more patrons, to be able to have you guys actually make suggestions. But I don't have enough yet, so I have, and I guess I have 10 exactly, but I want there to be more, so people can like throw options at me or more people following. I had tried for one of them get people to suggest, and I only got like 3 suggestions, and I was like, I put them in, but I was like, I'm still having to do all the work, so what's the point? Yeah. Okay. Woo! Okay, so um, woo! Disparities, thank you. Let's see. So tomorrow I am doing an art collab. Yes. I was like, I needed a different background. I'll make something better later. But tomorrow I'll be doing an art collab stream with Miss Udem. Actually at some weird time. It will be at, I believe, 1 p.m. my time. It's either 1 or 2 p.m. So it's kind of a weird time, but I let him set the time. So yeah, we'll be doing that. It will be us each drawing our virtual avatars. So he is also a VTuber starting up, and a friend of mine that I met through Fate and cosplay at Otakon one year. So it's looking forward to it. It'll be my first. He's actually the first one to agree to do it, but is the last one so far that I've got signed up. So I'm working on Kohaku and Kitten as well, getting them signed up to do it with me, and trying to find some other people. So obviously, if you're an artist or know an artist who likes that stuff, let me know. And then we have the karaoke stream this Saturday at 8 p.m. This is all Central Time, by the way, which Wong and me will be doing. It's all random again, so you guys can, there's no theme. Come in and feel free to, ask or make suggestions for whichever songs you want. I'm compiling a list ahead of time, so if you can't make it as well, feel free to just give me, hey, you should try to sing this or whatever. Same for Wong, let him know what you think he should sing too. We'll try our best. And then hopefully I will be probably on online playing games at some of these nights again. Stuff got a little hectic, but we want to still continue playing Dying Light. And if not, I will just go back to playing Final Fantasy 9 because I need to beat that. I can play other games. All right. Good night, everyone. I'm gonna go eat.